Shalom family, this is yet again your boy, Jonathan Hebrew Prince, and I'm coming to you this morning on the first day of the week. It's very calm this morning, it's very collected. I had a time this morning to kind of just meditate a little bit. But before we get into that, I must send all praises, Hallel to Hawa, Hallel Hawa, for this is the day that Hawa has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, for his love, his peace, his patience, his kindness, his strength, and his wisdom endures to all generations. Hallel Hawa, Hallel Hawa, Hallel Hawa. This morning woke up and was just thinking about, we get trapped and we get wrapped up so much in obtaining wisdom, obtaining knowledge, trying to ensure that we understand that which we're taking in, that we understand the information that's being put before us. There's so much deplorability around us. There's so much going on in our communities. There's so much going on across the earth. As I've said times before, we have weather patterns that are changing, climate that is changing. We have the earth starting to speak, starting to show her frustration. Our mother, she's showing frustration about all of the nastiness that's happened on top of her. We have the heavens opening up and also sending down signs of destruction all over the place. Flooding, mass flooding. We have earthquakes. We have a lot going on across this earth. If you look at us as a so-called black, so-called African American, so-called Negro, you look at our history, a lot of times it's bleak. We look for a lot of positivity in it, and I must say there is positivity in our history. However, when you look at our current state and see where we've come from and know where we come from, sometimes it just seems like a very gut-wrenching, hurt situation that we're in right now. But I'm here to tell you something. I'm here to encourage you this morning. Sometimes got to step away a little bit from the information in its absolute potency and just really get encouraged. And that's what this is about this morning. This is about encouraging you, my brother. This is encouraging you, my sister, about even in your own personal life, even if we just take it off of a grand scale and we deal with each other individually. We deal with each other as a brother, as a sister, and we just deal with our own children. We deal with our own minds, our own skeletons that we have in our closet, the things that we have asked the Most High for forgiveness for in secret. All of these things that we deal with on a personal basis, day in and day out. The kind of indoctrination that's been put in our mind and that we fight against, the who we used to be versus who we are today. We may not be where we were, but we know, and we may not be perfect, but we know for a fact that we are in a better place today than we was before. Those of you that's under the sound of my voice and those of you that subscribe, thank you very much, and thank you for all the love that those of you who have hit me up personally, whether it be through comment, whether it be through text message. I just appreciate your love. Now right now, that's what it's about. It's about unification, it's about love, and it's about encouragement. I'll be putting out a video soon, if not today or maybe in the near future, hopefully, as I get it edited and nice. And there's going to be some heavy information for my sisters. My brothers, you're going to need to listen to, but there's going to be some heavy information for my sisters. And I just ask that you take it on you, and that you look into it. It's never a message of disrespect. It's going to be nothing but uplifting in that message, but a lot of the information is going to hit home. And when I looked at that information, as I'm still looking at that information, a lot of times it still hits you in the heart. It still hits you right at your core. So right now, even in myself, just need some encouragement today. And I'm here not only to encourage myself, to encourage you, to encourage my people, to encourage you, the so-called black, the so-called African American, so-called Negro, that we will overcome our situation. I have a sincere conclusion of this matter, that the Most High will come back, but we have to do what this psalm writer said, King David, we have to ensure that we are being patient. And with all of that said, let's dive right into this, because I don't want to be too long. I just want this to be a snippet of encouragement, whether you have a few minutes to while you're on the treadmill or while you're in the gym, or while you are with your children, and just kind of play it over the radio. Play it over your YouTube and just listen to the words that's in Tehillim chapter 40 of Psalms chapter 40. Right now, I just want to show love, or show Ahab to you, my brothers and sisters. Saggi Ahab, much love to you, my brothers and my sisters. And it says as thus, and it reads as thus. It says, I waited waited for Hawaii, and he inclined to me and heard my cry. How many of you are crying right now inside? It's not just talking about tears flowing down your face, but a lot of us supplicate on the inside. A lot of us hurt on the inside. A lot of us put a smile on our face, but on the inside we're hurting. We got a lot of situations going on around us. We're fighting the system. We're doing everything we can. We're trying to ensure that we seek security and safety for our children. And not only our children, but our children's children, our future grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We're seeking refuge and safety for them. And sometimes we ask the question, how long do we have to wait? Is he going to hear us? What is going on? Why does things seem like these are getting worse by the day? At one time, I talked to my wife, my queen, and my queen emeritus, my mother, and I was just kind of showing my children, my princesses. I was like, hey, this is what we used to listen to back in the 90s. The music today is all about degrading, sex, and over excessive amount of cursing, and you can't even really listen to it. It's a lot of it is just pure the evil and wickedness. But I remember back in the 90s in the system, and a brother was trying to talk about love in the song. You know, people like Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? You know, it was something simple, or a song called I Like Your Smile. You know, it was just a simple song. The sisters had their clothes on. The brother, you know, the most you might have got out the brother is like a top coming off. You know how we used to always put our jackets down and we hitting our hearts in the video, showing that we really singing to you. You know, our head moving all over the place trying to catch that note like that brother off of Boys to Men. You know, that was the music back in the day. Today it just seems to be pure evil, and it seems like it's just getting worse. It seems like the conditions, the further we get away from the civil rights movement, it seems like the more we are turning back the hands of time and going back to the 60s, 50s, 40s, and 30s. It just seems like things are getting worse and things are heightening. It seems like we have to fight as a people more. We have to fight as individuals within our own household more for safety and security against that which is coming up against. But I'm here to tell you, this songwriter said, I waited for Hawaii. And he inclined to me and heard my cry. He will hear your cry. Just keep crying out to him. And I'm here to tell you, he's going to hear your cry. He says in verse 2, it says, and he drew me out of the pit of destruction, out of the miry clay, and he set my feet up on a rock. He is establishing my steps. Then he put a new song in my mouth. I'm waiting for the day, family. I'm waiting for the day when all we have to do is, as I continue what it says, praise to our Elohim. One day that's coming. And then I don't know if you see, but snippets of it are happening now. How many of our people are waking up? How many of you, including myself, was asleep at one time, wrapped up into the blindness and the foolishness of Christianity or Muslim or Buddhism or whatever it is you was in? Religiosity at its fullest. We was trapped. We was blind. But how many of us have waken up? How many of us have seen the light, have seen the truth? And how many around you are starting to see? How many people can you connect now with? Whether it be via social media, whether it be via subscribers on the YouTube channel, whether it be somebody at your job. We even have pastors now that's starting to wake up and asking, why are we serving on Sunday when the real Sabbath is on the Shabbat, the 7th day of the week? This is happening, family. It's becoming a beautiful thing, but we have to stay encouraged because there's still a lot of work to do. And the more we wake up, it seems like the harder it gets. Sometimes the journey is lonely. Oh, but he's going to put a new song. It says right here, it says, then he put a new song in my mouth. The new song is coming. And if you're not singing it already, I promise you it's coming. And if you are singing it already, I promise you feel like you're the only one singing, I promise you the solo is going to cease very soon. For the Most High will wake up his people. But we have to be patient. For he says, I waited for Hawaii. He inclined to me and heard my cry. Verse 4, blessed is the man who has made Hawaii his trust and has not turned to the proud and those turning aside to falsehood. Don't turn aside, family. Don't go to the left or to the right. You stay strong in the precepts, statutes, laws, and commands. No matter what some Christian tries to tell you, no matter what the system tries to tell you, no matter what white supremacy tries to tell you, no matter what racism tries to tell you, no matter what your sellout brother or sister may try to tell you. Stay with the precepts, statutes, laws, and commands of the Most High. Know who you are. Know whose you are. and know that he will hear your cry. To all the other nations, I don't want to leave you out, because you too have a choice to choose Hawa as your Elohim. You do not have to continuously perpetuate the system that you can see with your beautiful eyes, bright and clear, loud and clear. Can you hear the deplorability, the belittling, and the situation of complete horribleness that's going on in the so-called Black African American community? You don't have to be a part of that. You can choose. Choose you this day whom ye will serve. Will you serve Hawa or will you serve man? And if you're a part of the religious system and you continue to love that system, if you're a part of being a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, and all that, talking about you voting and basically voting for these candidates who have no care for you or for the so-called Black African American Negro, then I'm here to tell you one thing. You have made your choice. But you can come out from that, because what the scripture says, come out and be separate. Come out from among her and be separate, my people. You can get grafted in. There's no doubt. You can get grafted into to following Hawa. That's not an issue. He will look upon you and count you righteous if you're willing to put away the sins of your fathers, as well as the so-called Black African American Negro has to put away the sins of our fathers. But I'm here to tell you that if we do that, it says, blessed is the man who has made Hawa his trust and has not turned to the proud and those turning aside to falsehood. O Hawa, my Elohim, verse 5, many are the wonders which you have done and your purpose toward us. There is no one to compare with you. I declare and speak. They are too many to be numbered. Slaughtering and meal offerings you did not desire. People always try to turn to the New Testament, family. Trying to put this up on us and say we got to turn to the New Testament to find out that the Most High was not desiring of the slaughters and lambs and this so-called Christ figure. Let me tell you something. It says it right here. Slaughterings and meal offerings you did not desire. You have opened my ears, family. Open our ears. Shema, O Yisrael. Hawa Elahahu. Hawa, God. Hear, O Yisrael. Hawa, our Elohim. Hawa is one. Hear what it's saying right here. You have opened my ears. We need to hear. Our ears need to be open. Ascending offerings and sin offerings you did not ask for. What did he ask for, family? What does he want from us? All he wants us to do. Let's keep reading. He said, then I said, see, I have come in the scroll of the book. It is prescribed for me. I have delighted to do your pleasure. I have delighted to do your pleasure, O my Elohim, and your Torah is within my heart. That's all he wants. That's all the Most High Hawa wants from us, family. You know, like I said, we get wrapped up and we go into a lot of deep, good information, but sometimes we just have to throttle back a little bit and say, what is it that the Most High really wants from us? He just wants us to wait on him. He wants us to be patient. He wants us to put that Torah in our hearts. He wants us to shema, or hear, or open our ears to hear, and let the members of our body act in that which we have heard. That's all he wants. He's not looking for slaughterings. He's not looking for meal offerings. It says it right there in verse 6 by the king. The king himself said, he said, slaughtering and meal offerings, verse 6, you did not desire. That's not his desire. His not desire is the constant slaughtering and killing of animals and having to bury the blood and life into the earth. That's not his desire. His desire is simply that we do his pleasure, that we do his will, that we walk righteously in his way. That's all he wants from us, family. What I'm trying to do this morning is, people try to say that the law is a weight, but I'll tell you the law is pleasure. The law is not weight. There's no weight in not serving no other Elohim. That's pleasure. I don't need to make any graven images. I don't need that. I don't need to wear a graven image around my neck. I don't need to bow down to a graven image by walking in some high place called the church. Don't need that. That takes weight off of me, not put weight on me. Knowing the name of my father, Hawa, my framer, my shaper, and my creator. There's no weight there. To know that I'm serving the right Elohim amongst all these other so-called deities out here, that I'm serving the right one, and his name is Hawa, and that's my Elohim, and the Elohim of my fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let me tell you something, family. There's no weight of the law of that. To know that I have a day when he says, remember the Shabbat Yom, remember the Sabbath day, and set it apart and keep it holy, keep it set apart. 6 days you work, but on the 7th you do not. You rest. Your male servant, manservant, your cattle, your donkeys, all that, your sons, your daughters, everyone will rest. The fact that he's given me a day off from everything, and I get to sit down and have a good time in his presence and be with my family, where is the weight in that? There is no weight. The fact that I have to just honor and give my parents, my father and my mother, their due diligence, their respect, and honor them. That doesn't mean I'm kissing their feet. That just means I'm acting appropriately based off of what they have taught me. Their name is on me. And ensuring that I reverence and respect that name. Treat them right when they get up in age. They took care of me. They wiped my behind. They wiped yours too. Take care of your parents. And even if they wasn't there for you, still show them love. Because you never know what the parent was dealing with when he or she was growing up. Don't perpetuate the cycle. There's no weight in that. How is there weight in me killing? Not killing, rather. How is there weight in me not stealing? How is there weight in me ensuring that I stay righteous and true in my marriage by not committing adultery? There's no weight in that. There's freedom. The freedom that I'm not a savage and I don't have to succumb to the pressures of sexuality that's within me, that I can overcome it. I don't have to watch pornography, and I don't have to do things to for self-pleasuring of myself. I don't have to do that. I can say no. I can put that away because the Most High Hawaii has changed my spirit. Where's the weight in that? The weight in keeping my marriage strong. Coming up on 8 years. I'm saying it a lot because I'm celebrating the fact that I've been with one woman for 8 years. No cheating, no adultery, and been with this woman. My queen. There's no weight in that. The fact that I'm told in my law not to bear false witness against my neighbor. Don't lie on people. Don't be a gossiper among people. Don't exaggerate a story, but show love. Ahab, Saggi Ahab, much love to my brother and to my sister. And to man, period. And to be true. That if somebody asks me something regarding someone, that I be truthful. That I don't allow fear or selfishness or jealousy to make me bear false witness on somebody. There's no weight in that. That's freedom to be able to do that. And not to covet anything that is thy neighbor's. Why would I want to always walking around trying to keep up with the Joneses? Because they went got a new car, I got to get one too. Now I'm in further debt. Because this sister got a new dress, I got to go buy my wife a new dress too. Because this brother got on a nice suit and got a fresh fade, I got to go up there and try to top him for what? That's work. That's constant work. But when I can look at a brother and say, man, that's a fresh fade you got there. Some nice suit you got on. Some nice shoes. Some nice fringes you got on. Sister, I'm happy you got your car. It's a beautiful dress. You like your house. And be content with what I have. That's freedom. And your Torah is within my heart. To know that we walking by these precepts, these statutes and laws, commands, family. Don't let nobody tell you that there's bondage. You keep on going. I'm encouraging you this morning to keep on going. There's no bondage in that. There's no weight of that law. To know that the Most High in Leviticus chapter 23 gave you some days of the year that's set apart specifically for you. You don't have to celebrate Christmas. You don't have to celebrate New Year's. You don't have to celebrate Thanksgiving. You don't have to celebrate 4th of July. You don't have to celebrate Columbus Day. You don't have to celebrate Memorial Day. You don't have to celebrate any of these days because, family, The Most High Hawaii gave you days. He gave you the Feast of Tabernacles. He gave you the Day of Atonement. He gave you the Feast of Trumpets. He gave you all of these days. He gave you the Passover. He gave you the Feast of First Fruits. He gave you these days, the Feast of Dedication that comes out of First Maccabees by one of our great forefathers. I want to say Yehuda Maccabeus or Matetahayu Maccabeus, Judas Maccabeus. When he took back the temple, reestablished the temple, when he took it back from the Greeks, that's our day. That's a day we can celebrate for our heritage. I don't see no weight in that. And your Torah is within my heart. Be encouraged, family. Know who you are. Know whose you are. Be encouraged. Keep on going. Don't stop. No matter what's around you, the Most High will take care of it as long as you stay with him, because he will never leave you. Verse 9, I have proclaimed the good news of righteousness. That's what we're talking about this morning. Hallel Hawaii. In the great assembly, see, I do not refrain my lips. Oh Hawaii, you know. Don't be silent. Cry aloud. Yeshayahu chapter 58. Cry aloud. Let your voice resonate like a trumpet. Be true. Tell it. Don't be afraid. Keep dropping. Drop, if you will. Shout out to 432 to drop. J Stu, all you AD. Paco, keep dropping the drop. To all the family out there, keep dropping that drop and cry aloud. No matter what's happening, no matter who come after you, be encouraged. Verse 10, I did not conceal your righteousness within my heart. I have declared your trustworthiness and your deliverance, your Yeshua, your salvation. I did not hide your love and commitment and your truth from the great assembly. Do not withhold your compassion from me, O Hawaii. Let your loving commitment and your truth always watch over me. For evils without number, for evils without number have surrounded me. My crookedness have overtaken me, and I have been unable to see. They became more than the hairs of my head, and my heart has failed me. Look at that, y'all. This is the king talking. No matter what status you are, no matter what's your economic value, your net worth, your educational status, that don't matter. Evil is out there, and it's in abundance. This is the king talking. King David, a man after Elohim's own heart. That's what he was labeled. A slayer of thousands, tens of thousands, a righteous king, the father of the wisest king to ever walk amongst our nation. But look what he says. He says, for evil, verse 12, for evils without number have surrounded me. My crookedness have overtaken me, and I have been unable to see. They became more than the hairs of my head, and my heart has failed me. Oh, but let's keep going. He said, be pleased, O Hawaii, to deliver me. He know who to call on. Oh, Hawaii, hasten to help me. Listen, we don't need to call on the government. We don't need to call on the military. We don't need to call on the Black Caucus. We don't need to call on the local officials. We don't need to call on the school board. We don't need to call on the teachers. We don't need to call on the police. We don't need to call on the fire department. We don't need to call on Department of Homeland Security. We don't need to call on the Most High Hawaii. Call on Hawaii. Family, that's what we've been missing. I see so much good starting to come up. We're trying to unify. We're trying to get to the basis of the problem, but we're missing one key factor. We refuse to come together in the name of Hawaii. But for those of you that putting the Most High first, continue to do that. And for those of you that are still uneasy, stay with it. Don't be afraid. Put away Jesus. Put away the Lord or Baal. Put away God or Gad. Put away Saturn, Jupiter. Put away Zeus. Put away Allah. Put away Buddha and Confucius. Put it away. Put it all away. And Come back to your framer, your shaper, your creator, your father, your Elohim, Hawa. Come back to him. Call upon him. Verse 14. Let those who seek to destroy my life be ashamed and abased altogether. Let those who are desiring my evil be driven back and put to shame. Let those who say to me, aha, aha, be appalled at their own shame. Let all those who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. Let those who love your deliverance, your salvation, your Yeshua always say, Hawa be exalted. But I am poor and needy. Let Hawa think upon me. You are my help and my deliverer. Oh, my Elohim, do not delay. Oh, my Elohim, do not delay. Family, brothers, sisters, I'm telling you, just be patient. Keep doing what you do. Keep rocking with it. Keep moving. Handle your business. Protect your children. Do what you can to learn. Open your heart, open your eyes. Put the name of the Most High in your mouth constantly. Stay prayed up. Stay read up. Open your ears. Open your eyes and pay attention. Don't be afraid. Don't be a jellyback. Don't be pusillanimous. Have fortitude. Have strength. Know who you are and know whose you are. Wait patiently on Hawa, for he is coming back. Our Father will come back for his son, the nation of Israel. And when he do, what a wonderful day that will be. So make sure that you are ready. I hope that this message this morning, I hope that it encouraged you. Encourage you to stay strong and encourage you to do what you do. Saggi Ahab, my people. Much love. Shalom.